Hello my friends, welcome back to another video.
Hey, you want to see something cool?
Today, I have a question for you. What makes a horror movie good? Is it how well it's made? Well, yes, I suppose of course it is. Is it the acting? Is it the directing? Is it the cinematography? Even the story? Yes, these are all important. But does it make you scared?
Make you cry.
I'm not talking about the kind of fear that I feel when I watch a video like this. Does that freak anyone else out? I don't know. Is it just me? Blech. But today I'm talking about real fear. Yes, horror movie spooky fear. Myself and many other horror fans, probably some of you watching today, grew up watching horror movies when we were far too young. And of course, that can cause a whole litany of issues. Nightmares, bedwetting, irrational phobias, wetting the bed, changing your behavior, making tinkle in your bed while you sleep, anxiety, maybe you wake up in the middle of the night and somehow your bed is wet. Of course, the most troublesome problem that can occur is desensitization. I think I nailed the pronunciation of that first try. Booyah, I've been practicing my words. And when I talk about desensitization, nailed it again, I'm not talking about the inability to feel human emotion. So you walk around in day-to-day life unable to find joy or happiness in the simple things and the simplicity of everyday life. And you start to lose grip with reality, so that darkness that calls to you in the quiet moments gets louder and louder and more enticing. No, I'm not talking about that kind of desensitization. I'm talking about the really serious one where horror movies are no longer scary to you. So today, what I'm going to do is talk about some horror movies that for me, I found really scary. Movie 1, Hereditary.
Never raise your voice at me! I am your mother! Please stop! Mom, what's happening? Make it stop! Make it stop!
I just don't want to put any more stress on my family.
Directed by Ari Aster and starring Toni Collette and Alex Wolff. And just to put it out there, this is one of my all-time favorite horror movies, if not my favorite horror movie of all time. And you've probably heard a million people talk about this movie at this point, but just in case you haven't, a family is haunted by tragic and strange occurrences after the passing of Annie's, Toni Collette's character's, mother. In 2018, when this movie was released, it was probably the first horror movie that I had seen personally that didn't rely on jump scares to make you scared. It didn't rely on those loud banging noises that just blow your eardrums out when something pops out of the cupboard to keep you on your edge of your seat either. It was truly a unique experience for me. Growing up, everything was jump scares. Hereditary at its core is a family drama, and that's why it's so good, because it draws you in with a genuinely good story. It does a great job of putting something scary just off of center of frame or in the background. You just see people standing there fucking half in the frame staring at the camera. Just imagine this, but really scary. It's a little bit like a horror's Where's Wally, if I may. And there's always so much going on in the background that you'll just be watching it and you're like, oh my God, there's someone standing right behind our main character, not moving in the shadows. And then you're also like, hang on, is that my schizophrenia playing up again? Or is there someone actually there? And before you know it, next scene. And they don't zoom in, pan, make him jump out of the darkness and scare our character. It's just there for you to find, which I think is a really brave thing for a horror movie to do, and something I've seen since then do this really well is Haunting of Hill House. Maybe that's something I can talk about in the future as well. And of course, this movie features one of the most iconic and unexpected death scenes of all time. And I will give it credit, it's not gratuitous. It's not gruesome for the sake of being gruesome. It's genuinely there and horrific, but in a non-exploitative way. Now, the final act of this movie is absolutely terrifying to me. I was really drawn in by the story already, but this final act really got to me. The scene where Annie is just chilling in the top corner of Peter's room, Alex Wolff's character, just like Batman in the Dawn of Justice movie.
They're the same picture.
I think I pulled my hamstring doing that. You're too old for this, Alex. Give it up. And unlike that and Dawn of Justice, think really spooky, not goofy as fuck. And then after that, she proceeds to like scurry along the ceiling like a fucking spider. Why that scares me will come up in a moment. But yeah, this movie is genuinely a great movie just at its core, and it's just a bonus that it is absolutely terrifying as well. If you haven't for some reason seen Hereditary, congratulations on waking up from your coma, but it's time to watch Hereditary. Next movie! I'm killing it. Infested. 2023 French movie. Yes, I know I said French. You may have clicked off in fear just from hearing that, but please stick with me. I promise you it is worth it. But the French creature feature Infested, or as the French call it.
Just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Vermines. Residents of a council estate or low commission housing building must fight for their survival against a rapidly spreading and extremely venomous and dangerous spider infestation. And just a bit of context for this one. I'm what some people would describe as arachnophobic, but I categorically deny that claim.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
I'm more like one of those people who drink too much milk and then shit their pants, but replace milk with spiders and replace drinking with spiders being in my general area. Unfortunately, you can't replace the pooping your pants bit with anything, because that happens sometimes.
God gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers.
So I would say I'm spider intolerant. So yeah, this one was a rough one for me. I don't even really like there being these spiders right there, if I'm being honest, which I always am. They call me Honest Alex. What's in this cup? Is it drugs? I wish. This is a genuinely good movie, and I would say it is a hidden gem even. But it gave me what we call in Australia the heebie-jeebies. I'm not sure if this is a universal term, but basically it means that anytime anything moved or touched me in the room while I was watching it, which I was watching it with my girlfriend and her family, anytime anything touched me during the watching of this movie, I basically wanted to stand up and start hitting the 1-2 Conor McGregor combo. And no word of a lie, this movie almost made me surrender like the French did in World War II. I won't go into too much spoilers for this movie because I truly think people who are watching this and haven't seen this movie will really enjoy it, and it's worth a watch. For some people, this will be a really fun and scary creature feature, but for others who are arachnophobic, not myself because I'm not scared of anything, I'm very brave. They also call me Brave Boy Alex. I am a man of many nicknames. This movie will make your skin crawl. And like I said, if you haven't seen this movie, it is a genuinely underrated and underwatched horror movie. If you can get past the French people, which I know, it's really tough. And the whole reading thing, because subtitles, can't live with them, can't live without them. It is genuinely worth your time. I feel like this quickly turned into me shitting on the French instead of talking about the scary spider movie. And if I'm being honest, I think I'm doing more of a service by shitting on the French than giving you a good horror movie recommendation. Last movie, 2014's found footage movie, Creep.
Joseph. Why do you look scared? Don't be scared. It'll all be over soon.
Cause I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. I actually feel like I nailed that. Let me know in the comments. Should I be a singer? A young videographer answers an online ad for a one-day job in a remote location in a small town to record the last messages of a dying man. But when he notices the man's odd behavior, he starts to question the man's true intentions. The found footage hidden gem, starring and co-written by Mark Duplass and directed and co-written by Patrick Bice. This movie basically has like 2 or 3 characters on screen for the whole length of the film. And the movie is seen through Aaron's point of view. He is the videographer filming Joseph, who is played by Duplass. But it is well and truly carried by Duplass's performance. His, pardon the pun, ability to be creepy, is honestly one of the best horror performances I've ever seen. In every scene, he pushes the boundaries of every interaction with Aaron the videographer. And when I first watched this movie, I went in relatively blind. I don't think I'd even seen a trailer or anything like that. Obviously, it is a horror movie, so you go in with a bit of skepticism and a bit of worry about who this Joseph guy is. But they do a great job of making you feel like there is definitely something off about this guy, but he seems harmless and nice, and he's quite funny and personable as well. Maybe just a bit of an oddball, but at first he's not offensively in your face or rude, so it is one of those awkward moments like when you meet someone and they're not like rude to you or anything, but there's just something about them you don't like, but because they're pretty neutral, you can't just be like, get the fuck away from me. You sort of just have to put up with their weirdness for longer than you would like. That's my girlfriend all about that. She's been doing it for 3 years.
It's been 84 years.
There's a few particular scenes in this movie that genuinely made my skin crawl the first time I watched them. And throughout the film, I didn't think this movie could rustle my jimmies anymore, but then we got to meet Peach Fuzz.
Are you just trying to scare me? Or... Okay, well, I'm terrified, okay? You won. Now, will you just please step aside and let me go? Stop. Stop it. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
My god, this scene scared me. I've never been this attracted to a man in my life.
Yeah, boy.
Just joking. I'm just joking here. Or am I? I use humor to cope with stressful situations.
Right.
And those hips had me stressing. I can't really pinpoint why this scared me so much, but I do think it's a combination of the mask and just the unnatural movements that Joseph has and how weird it is to behave like that in this situation. There's a confidence that oozes from Joseph in that situation, and it's maybe because he's done it a million times before. And I won't spoil it because this isn't a movie that everyone's seen like Hereditary. I think it has found an audience, but there's probably a lot of people out there who haven't watched this one yet. All I'll say is, my god, the ending. Yeah. But those are 3 movies that genuinely scared me. If you liked this video and you found it a bit scary, leave a like and subscribe so you can catch my next video and go back and watch some of the old ones. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the love and support, and see you next time. Good girl. You behaved very well.